Alright guys, welcome back. Day 2 of the Dodge Charger cam install. Last night we were able to knock it out, get the heads on, torqued, and we got the exhaust on it with fresh O2 sensors, which it really needed because they were completely rusted out and gone. So now what we're doing, Billy's been cleaning up the timing cover and getting it ready and putting new seals in. He got the brand new front main seal in. And then we were working on putting the valve train back in it. Once the valve train's in it, timing cover goes on, water pump goes on, accessory drive goes on, and then I can start hooking up the radiator and the whole front end. So let's get this knocked out because I have to drive to work tomorrow. So if we've done this right, we'll be able to crank it over without any valves hitting any pistons. It should push all of them down. Man, that thing's got some good compression. Now that we got a whole bunch of compression, I'm gonna try to torque this cam bolt. Torqued. So before you put the timing cover on, you always have to make sure you put a couple little dabs, one in each corner of silicone. I tend to get the right stuff, 90-minute gasket maker, because I know it'll be good to put back in service within an hour and a half. What you don't want to do is get this stuff down in captive bolt holes, because it will hydraulically lock them and you can break things. So just put a little bit on there, just enough to seal everything up. Good to go. I'm going to put just a little dab right here where I tore this gasket. Alright. So we went to wipe this off and we thought it was some goo on there, but that's actually in the metal. All of that right there. There's all this pitting, and I don't really think there's anything I can do about it. Short of remilling this thing, but I'm just gonna send it. But yeah, that's pretty crazy how deep. I mean, these are like little cavities in the metal, and that's under your water pump. So I guess I gotta keep an eye on things.
We can replace it when we do like long tube headers or something.
Yeah, we'll replace it later on sometime. But all right, timing cover's going on. And that sound that you heard as I was putting it on was just the plastic that supports the front main seal that we put in. You always want to get a new front main seal. When you go to put your crank pulley back on, make sure you lube the part that this seal rides on. But that's just, that piece of plastic that was in there was just to keep the seal formed so it doesn't fold over. There we go. So the crank pulley isn't keyed at all. It must be just balanced itself. So we can put it on in any orientation. I'm probably gonna have to pull it on with the bolt, but there's no key or anything, so alright, I'm just gonna sand it. And this is 130 foot-pounds of torque is what it takes. I'm going to try to do that after I run it down. Okay, after a lot of toil and struggle and working through my whole weekend, we are back together and we are ready to start it. I'm going to go ahead and start it and just make sure it starts and runs all right on the tune that was on it before I go in and turn MDS off, because that's just a check engine light. And then also I have to go change the limits on the variable cam timing, which is also just a possible check engine light. But I want to make sure it starts up and runs and the lifters sound good and everything. And after that I will get my laptop. But here's the first start of the Flying Ryan Performance Hellfire 2.0 cam on a 5.7 Pursuit package charger.
Alright, so it's the next day. What happened last night?
So we were rushing to get this thing back together, and we ended up putting one of the push rods on the far back passenger side head for the exhaust valve. We didn't get it seated in the hole. It was actually in the cavity right above the hole that it goes into. As a result, the car started. It was not running very well. I had to give it throttle, and what I ended up doing was, I've got a FLIR camera, which is a heat camera, and I was able to look at the engine, and I just happened to notice that this runner, this very back runner, was bright orange. So that's what I figured, that maybe exhaust was getting into the runner, and that's exactly what was happening. So we quickly took the intake back off, took the valve cover off, loosened the rocker arms, and put that push rod back in the correct hole down on top of the lifter. And surprisingly enough, I didn't bend any valves, nothing. It started up and ran like it should after that. I've been spending a whole lot of time working on the idle tuning, trying to learn the, it's called PID tuning, which is proportional, integral, and derivative. It's a little bit involved, but it's a pretty common thing used in like electronics and stuff. So I'm still working on the tune, but I've gotten this. I drove it to work today. I've gotten it to idle. So I want to finish off this video for you guys with a quick little startup. Let you guys hear how the car is running now. The cam install went great. I've been driving it to work for a little while. It gets looks everywhere because you can definitely hear the exhaust. Just generally, I like the car a lot. It feels a little bit more rowdy. So I'm gonna get you guys a good little startup sound of it so you can hear the idle on it. So thanks again for watching, guys. We really appreciate all the viewers helping us. You know, just the views alone, we're almost at the point where we can monetize. Definitely gives us some motivation. We appreciate it. So I'm going to finish out this video, and we will see you guys later.